Welcome back to the Maximised Podcast. My name is Tayo Lani, and I'm joined by Pastor Tayo there. Well, my name is Tayo.
Thank you for having me around.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be in the studio with you again.
Mm-hmm.
So just going straight into it. Today we're going to be talking about principles.
Yeah.
And principles are very key. It's okay to say like the sum total of our lives, or what comes out of it in some sense is governed by how much principles, how principled we are, or how much of these principles we've allowed to govern us. So yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Life is governed by principles. God works in principles. Principles are also systems.
Yeah.
They are the foundational truths or foundational rules that govern systems. So you can't have a system in place without principles. And so principles also allow you to predict something. He allows you to set something on auto drive and relax.
Yeah.
So God sets systems in place with principles. And then once we learn the principles that govern many of those areas of our lives, you can have almost effortless results in that area of life. And that's why it's important that if we're to have a maximized life, we need to be able to understand the principle that governs that area of life. So it's almost like somebody wants to have rest in finances. What are the principles that governs finances? If you want to have, you want to be an effective leader, what are some of the principles that govern leadership? So in almost any area of life that we want to excel, you've got to find what are the principles that governs that area.
Yeah.
And then once you learn them and you learn how to make it work, you find that you'll be quite effective.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting in the way you've put it. And just to build on that, one of the things, like you mentioned different things, finance, relationships, whatever it is you need to do, one of the key things that underpins that is preparation and also personal development.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to be, trying to dive out to be
in this particular one.
Yeah. So the principle of preparation and personal development, how important is preparation and also personal development?
Okay. Preparation is getting something ready before the time it's going to be used.
Yeah.
So funnily, many of the times we prepare things, even our wives at home, they'll prepare something to be, it's not fully ready. So you prepare it and then it's going to be used later on. So preparation is, for instance, somebody goes to school to study medicine. You're preparing to become a medical doctor. Somebody goes to school to become an engineer. You're preparing. So preparation is getting something ready before the actual use. And so if we want to succeed and maximize life, we need to prepare.
Yeah. And it was, as you talked about preparation, something just came to my mind. I remember, like, back in the days, let's take, for example, I know, like, my week is going to be very busy.
Yeah.
One thing that I tend to do is maybe on a weekend, I can do like meal bread or yes, and I do like, okay, what am I going to eat this? Because I like food. So what am I going to eat this week? And I have like a mental picture of this is what I need. And I try to like do the bulk cooking like ahead of time so that during the week I can just plug and play. I don't need to like take a considerable amount of time to first think, then implement and do all of that. So, and I find that helps my week to like run very smoothly. And that's just emphasizing that place of preparation in everything we do.
Yeah, just saying a few things, following what you just said. If somebody has prepared, you will know.
Yeah.
In almost any, somebody hasn't prepared, you will know. If you prepared for an exam, you will know. I mean, if you didn't prepare, you also struggle. If you prepare, it's a football match, you prepare for your opposition, you study them. You see, if you haven't prepared, you know, and I'm jumping now, but unless we prepare, we would miss opportunities.
Yeah.
There's so many people, somebody said, he said, if we don't prepare, he said, we're preparing to fail.
Yeah, definitely.
So whether you prepare or you don't prepare, you're still preparing. I love that. So it's just that if you have not prepared adequately, you're already preparing to not to be successful. That's literally what it means.
Yeah. And you know, one thing that's been like an overarching emphasis which we've placed, which we've tried to like bring out in previous episodes is the fact that maximized living, it's more like you are in a constant state of improvement. You know, I'm coming up onto the personal development point now. You're in a constant state of wanting to get better. You know, how does that link into you know, the whole picture of maximized living? How important is the place of personal development in everything we do?
Yeah. Now we are all born with gifts.
Yeah.
Naturally. It's just the way we're wired. So when God made us, it's almost like you buy a Mac laptop. There's a way it comes packaged already. Okay. So the way we're wired, everybody has gifts. You don't even need to ask God and say, God, please come and give me gift. Yeah, there's so many inside. Yeah, there are things inside. But many of those gifts are raw. And they still need to be improved, polished up. So personal development is finding those gifts inside of me. Yeah. Constantly developing them. And then what is my vision for life? Constantly polishing myself. So many of the times where we have people that have raw materials that if they were only to polish themselves, they will be somewhere else completely. Yeah. So to be able to live a maximized life, we constantly have to be asking ourselves, what's the vision? What's the purpose? What do I need to develop? And there's a version of you that is raw. But there's another version of you that when it's polished, you start attracting all kinds of opportunities.
Yeah. So if I get what you're saying, there's the place where you need to have a particular mindset of growth.
Yeah.
You need to have a mindset that
need to desire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way I see it is just looking back at how it applies to me as well. I find out that times when I'm pushing myself to achieve something, even when I don't have like the right answer or I don't have how it's going to work out, but my mind is in that place where I'm constantly thinking about how I'm watching for an answer. Sometimes the answer doesn't come from me directly. It can just be someone I speak to. It can be, you know, someone can like unintentionally just say something and it just sparks something and you're like, oh wow, this is the answer. But because your mind is in that place already, you can pick it.
Yeah. Now let me say this. It's called personal development.
Mm-hmm.
And it's different from going to school.
Yeah.
So if you go to school to learn a particular course, there's a curriculum, you just follow things. But personal development means you are taking responsibility yourself.
Yeah.
It's outside the school world. Yes, yet it's still development whereby you're seeking information constantly. But it's not as if you are being mandated because you're in a class. It's just personal, one out of a personal desire. So you're going to find a lot of people, they've gone to study a particular course, but they haven't engaged on personal development after school. Yeah. And so their mind is not being developed all the time. And you're going to find somebody who is not in school, but constantly they want to be better.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I think you've just summarized it beautifully for us. And yeah, and in everything we do, we just need to have that mindset of improving. Like you never get to a place where you're like, oh, this is it, I'm not improving again. Like I feel like when you get to that place in your mind, you even start to go down because you then become redundant somehow, you know. Yeah.
If you're not growing, then you're retarding.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either you're constantly growing in your mind or spiritually, or you're going back. So there's no status quo whereby you're just neutral. So literally until we die, we need to constantly be looking to improve ourselves.
Yeah, great. Thank you very much.